It is our duty to win. We must love and support each other. We have nothing to lose but our chains. It is our duty to fight for our freedom. It is our duty to win.
It is our duty to win.
We must love and support each other.
And support each other.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
Thus far, this event has been splendid. And when I say splendid, I mean like splendid in the sense that like splendid, right? In the sense that what we need to do is actually antagonize exactly what the problem is, right? We're not talking about like abstract unification that needs to occur. We're talking about a concrete unification against white supremacy that needs to occur, right? So like when we discuss these issues, we need to name what the problem is. We don't need to talk about in abstract nouns, abstract ideas about exactly what's going on. We know what's going on, right? Donald Trump's presidency, his whole entire run has been anti-black, anti-Islam, anti-Islam, anti-queer, anti-woman, the whole way throughout the whole entire campaign. So like, in terms of the conversation, when they talk about unity, we need to think about what exactly it is that we are going to unify under. When Obama talks about unity, we need to think about exactly what it is we're going to unify under. If we're unifying underneath Donald Trump's presidency, then you're unifying underneath the presidency of white supremacy, right? So, what that means is, there needs to be a different kind of unification. Right? There needs to be a different narrative upon what are we going to unify under. And it's not just love, right? It's not just equality. It's not just these abstract things that don't have no meaning. There's a concrete enemy, there's a concrete thing that we need to be against, and it's called white supremacy. So call it what it is and do what needs to be done in order to make sure that it no longer continues. Powerful, strong, black women who have been leading the struggle at Towson in Baltimore for longer than I can even say that I have, right? But what I will say is these people are part of Towson Freedom School. Towson Freedom School meets 6:30 to 8 on Thursdays, and from 6:30 to 8 this Thursday, we're going to be thinking about ways in which we can come up with concrete ways to deal with the problem of white supremacy. And you all are invited to come out as well. We will be in the lecture hall right above you, and that's where we'll be able to just talk about this more. Thank you.
John definitely touched on what I wanted to say. When we talk about how did Donald Trump get into presidency, we need to call it what it is, right? So 65% of white women voted for Donald Trump. Donald Trump was in office, and he won Hillary by 10 points because of white women, right? And an overwhelmingly amount of white people chose to vote for Donald Trump, which what it says is that you as a white person hate me so much, hate queer people so much, hate Muslim people so much, hate reproductive rights so much, hate mental rights so much, that you decided to vote against your own well-being to see that I do not have rights. Right? So that's it. That's exactly what occurred. Let's call it for what it is. That's what happened. We can't forget our immigrant community. We can't forget those who are undocumented. We can't forget what this presidency symbolizes for them, right? And on top of that, so I know a lot of people have been doing this pin thing, putting a pin on your clothes to represent that you're in solidarity. I want you to understand, a pin is not enough. Action. I'm not going to give you a cookie because you decided to wear a cookie. I'm not going to give you a cookie because you decided you will be there for me. No, you don't get that from me, right? Because I don't care for just, small steps. When lives are literally at risk, when people are being assaulted, when people are being killed, when Muslim women are having their hijabs pulled up in public, I don't care about your goddamn pin. Was assaulted on the train. Who stepped
cannot stand by and let this happen. You can contact your representatives, contact the Electoral College voters, ask them to become faithless electors. There is no punishment. Some states may say they will have a fine. No elector has ever been punished. This election is not done yet. Many of you may think it's BS what I'm saying, but it is true. On December 19th, the Electoral College will be convening in each of their states. These representatives are not bound by law or constitution to vote for anybody. They are the greatest poll the American people have. They will determine who is president. Donald Trump, in my opinion, is not qualified to be president. Everything he says, everything he does, is a rhetoric of hate, of breaking the foundation of the American dream. You cannot imprison people. You cannot tell them they cannot have their opinions. You cannot say the Constitution is dead. In 2012, he said that Electoral College is a disaster after Mitt Romney lost his election. You can't say that's not true. The tweet is out there. Now please, go out, contact your representatives. Do what you can do. Everybody makes a change. Everybody has to take part in this. You can change the outcome of this election. And sure, it may not happen, but we will make a stand. All of us here right now, we are here. We prove that people care. We prove that everybody has a voice. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. My name's Emily. I'm a graduating senior here. I'm a sociology and Spanish major. I just want to say that I am scared. I'm scared right now because some of my best friends are people of color. Some of the most amazing, strongest people I have met are in this country under circumstances you cannot imagine, without documentation, without rights, without a voice. And they're being shot down even further by this presidency. Now, a lot of people have already said a lot of the things that I'm thinking, but as a woman, I'm really scared because I rely on Planned Parenthood. And I stand with Planned Parenthood. I believe their services. And it's not enough to say, why don't you go buy some condoms? Why don't you just be abstinent? It's not enough. We stand with Planned Parenthood. We need their services. If they get defunded, a lot of us are screwed. And along with that, Obamacare. My birth control is free. Thank you, Obamacare. I just want to say this event is so amazing. And it's not a one-day event. This is going to be a fight for the long term. So I hope you all are ready to fight, because this is not going to end today. This is going to keep going until our needs are met, until we are represented as the people. The government should be representing us. So until that day, we're going to have to keep fighting. We're going to have to keep showing our teeth. This is not just a one-day protest at Towson University. This is our world, and we can fight for this. We cannot stand up for it. We can't be silent over all these injustices that are going to happen. So I just beg of you, please keep fighting. Stay strong. Think of all your friends. Think of all the people who are here not to steal our jobs, but because they don't have a choice. They're dying. They're in war zones. Their kids can't get to school because there's no infrastructure. They're in danger. Please, just keep fighting, everyone. And together, I know, I have so much hope. If I've learned anything from being here at Towson University, it is when we're all put together, we are a force. And I know we can do this together. So I hope we all just stand together until we get what we need.
Power is a choice. Power is a choice. It is a choice to speak. It is a choice to own your own story. I stand here as a business professor. I stand here also as an out, proud Latina lesbian. Power is a choice. It is a choice to own your story. And I want to whoever just spoke because I'm afraid too. I'm afraid because I told you my truth. I'm afraid because I don't know what that means. But I am a business professor. I am the first Hispanic American to graduate with my business doctorate from my school. He did not know my story because I was afraid to be true about what I think and what I believe. Today, I have the power to choose not to be afraid. And I do it because that student was not afraid to tell me that I had power and privilege. He believes that all professors of all color, all races, all genders, all ethnicities have the power to decide whether or not he can be free in the classroom. He said to me, I am afraid. And he stopped going to class. He stopped going to class because of things that people said to him in which he did not feel safe. I am a professor. I have power and privilege to say this. All I can do now is ask you to tell me, are our students afraid? Are they?
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah.
Then I ask our professors to please tell your story. Please understand what it's like for our students to sit there, because I was a student who sat there. I was a student who people actively worked against me to let me graduate. And I am the 39th Latina management professor in the country because a professor believed in me and helped me not to be afraid. Because she's spoken out for freedom and equality, and there were students that believed she was a racist. I learned from her the importance of symbols. She is using safety pins, she's using stickers, she's using everything she can because people can't see her daily. I have to hear her story. I have to listen and understand that she is trying. And sometimes I have power and privilege to turn the microphone over to her so that I can understand the story of the white majority that I do not understand. So today, the only thing I ask you to remember is that we all have power and choice to choose to own our story. And if we own our story freely and openly, and we embrace the beauty of being different, then maybe we won't be so afraid.
Good afternoon, students of Towson University, faculty, guests. My name is Theron Abel. I'm a student here. I'm a sophomore. I'm a secondary education major in social science, hoping to be a teacher in the near future. Not only do I consider myself a teacher, but I consider myself an educator. I will fight. Today is not the day for me to stand by. Today is not the day for me to sit and be complacent. Now is the time for me to be with everyone else, to stand. I am not going to sit here and watch all of my friends, my students, my colleagues, people who I know, just be affected by this presidency. Now is not the time for that. I have a twin sister. I have a twin sister in North Carolina who I love dearly. Even though she was 8 hours away, she's in the heart of Charlotte. And I get a call from her the other night, crying, telling me that she is absolutely mortified and terrified about the events that are unfolding. Now is the time for me to fight for her, because even what I can do can affect what everyone else can do. This is a moment that we need to recognize that this is important. You are no longer allowed to just stand by. No